Well, South Africans have been encouraged to buy local products this festive season, as that could help improve our country's economic outlook. And to discuss this in more detail, we're joined by Happy Ngidi, the Chief Communications Officer of Proudly South Africa. Happy, thank you so much for your time. We know that there has been a drive, particularly during lockdown, for people to support local, because it makes all the difference, doesn't it, between a business perhaps going under or surviving?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Melanie. You know, the pandemic has forced us as South Africans to pause and rethink our loyalty to South African products. You will remember that during hard lockdown, in the absence of imports, South African products is what we relied on as South Africans. South African products and services carried us for a good 7 months or so, which speaks directly to what we stand for as Proudly South African, to encourage South Africans, to teach and educate South Africans about the fact that, you know, it is important for us as a people and as a nation, as a country, to support our own in an effort to to revitalize our economy. Because if we don't do it as South Africans, who must do it for us? The reality is that the buy local phenomenon, or the buy local narrative, is not, it's a tried and tested method worldwide. Every country in the world has a responsibility to take care of its own economy, and and we are no different as South Africans.
Sorry, Happy, I have seen a lot of smaller local suppliers going online, which means that there is more access for consumers. But how can consumers find out more and actively seek out a local supplier?
And that's a question that we get asked by many consumers as Proudly South African. And the answer to that is very simple, is that if you are in a retail store and you then want to buy a locally produced product, the easiest way to spot a product that is made locally for South Africans by South Africans is to look out for the Proudly South African logo on it, which is easily identifiable. But we understand that not all products out there in the whole country on shelves will have the Proudly South African logo on it. And in the event that it doesn't have, then what consumers need to look out for is it must say, it must be written made in South Africa. Country of origin is everything, because no product falls from a tree. The product must come from somewhere. So the easiest way for our consumers to be able to support locally manufactured and locally produced products is to look out for the country of origin. Or
well, there you have it. Buy local, support local. It really does mean a huge difference for every small business out there. Happy Ngidi, the Chief Communications Officer of Proudly South African.